I'm Isabel and we're here to talk about river restoration. Our case study, the River Quaggy.
Let's get started! Woo!
Hello, I'm Isabel. This may look like a pond, but this is a good example of a river restoration scheme. River restoration schemes aim to return a river to its original state before hard engineering strategies were placed on it. It involves making the river more natural by removing things like man-made levees and artificial channels. And it aims to protect wildlife and allow the flood, and most of all, allow the floodplain to flood more naturally. This is because as the water spreads out over the floodplain, which is this area right here, the river's discharge is reduced because less water is now in the channel. This means that flooding is reduced downstream, and that is a great disadvantage of hard engineering. It can affect a lot of things downstream considerably, okay? Key benefits of river restoration include vegetation protects the surface soil from erosion. Secondly, the vegetation provides habitats for wildlife. And as we have already mentioned, it can reduce flooding downstream. Also, it is cheap, affordable and easy to manage. Back to you, Joe. The scientific definition of river restoration is river restoration involves compromise between sustainable environmental gain and social and economic considerations. The River Quaggy does just that. River Quaggy runs through southeast London and since the 1960s has been heavily managed on hard engineering strategies such as artificial channels and culverts. Nowadays, they have both soft and hard engineering strategies to fully restore the river to its original state. There is still a culvert in place, however, lots of wildlife has been allowed to grow throughout the area and a large area of the park has been considerably created for that. The River Restoration Scheme at Quaggy won the Natural Environment category in the 2007 Waterways Renaissance Awards and the Living Wetlands Awards, and protects many businesses in Greenwich and Lewisham, creating a diverse environment for wildlife which has attracted housing areas who are attracted to the natural beauty of the area. The best method of flood control at the River Quaggy would be allowing the Quaggy to overflow during heavy storms at specially constructed floodplains where the excess water would be contained. At Sutcliffe Park, the environmental agency released Quaggy from an underground culvert. This flows across the park to a sequence of meanders that exactly match those that were there in the 19th century. The surface of the park has been lowered and shaped to create natural floodplains where water will collect. There is now a rolling landscape with a range of natural habitats. The river itself, a lake, ponds, wildflower meadows, reed beds, and a variety of trees. To sum up, soft engineering defences use knowledge of the whole river basin and its processes to try and work with nature. The main advantages are they're cheaper to maintain than hard engineering defences. Flooding is more predictable, reducing the risk of unexpected disaster. They can improve opportunities for recreation, such as playgrounds and fishing. And finally, some people, including myself, think they're more attractive than hard engineering schemes. Overall, this has been Isabel at Black Youth High. Back to the studio.